Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Debbie. I love romance novels, photography, makeup, and I love talking about it. So I have a new review for you today, and just fair warning, there will be spoilers. So if you're new here, what I like to do is actually to read the blurb or the synopsis of the book, and then I give my overall review. I also tend to stutter, so please, I ask for your patience. So this book is called Dr. Mistake by Saman. I hope that I'm pronouncing her last name right. He's my best friend's older brother, my boss, and my new roommate. In the hospital, death always comes in threes. Apparently, so do mistakes. Mistake number one. My fiance, who I just learned is cheating on me, so much for being the strong, in-control doctor who's always on top of her game. Mistake number two, knocking on the wrong door. The door I thought still belonged to my best friend now belongs to his older brother, my obnoxious, overly cocky, gorgeous as sin attending physician, Carter Fritz. The billionaire playboy gives me a place to stay and a shoulder to cry on. But when he makes me feel seen for the first time in I don't even know how long, I tell myself I don't regret what was easily the hottest, most earth-shattering night of my life. That is until mistake number three comes along, and I'm staring down at a stick with two pink lines. Having a baby at this stage of my residency could cost me everything I've worked so hard to build. But Carter, he's undeterred. He just doesn't want more. He wants it all, including me. But what happens if following my heart turns out to be my biggest mistake of all? So this book starts off strong. You immediately know Carter has feelings for Grace, but she's engaged to Tony, and no one likes Tony. Like, not at all. He is hardly there for any special events and always seems like he is working, always seems like he has some sort of a work excuse for not, for basically like not being there for Grace in like pretty high moments of her life or high moments of her career. The Fritz family is important to Grace, as in, you know, her parents were friends with Carter's parents, and this family is rich. Like, they're billionaires. They're billionaires. Like, you know, like multiple properties rich. Like, they can pull some strings at a sold out concert to attend rich. Like, that type of level rich. And Grace is also a doctor. She's in her residency, and she works and learns with Carter, who is, you know, Dr. Carter Fritz. So Tony is a cheater. How Grace finds out is just out of pure coincidence. So she's sitting at a table, you know, just enjoying her lunch at one of her favorite cafes that she likes to go to, when she starts to hear two girls in the back, or like, and two women talking, and one woman was talking about her night that she had with some guy like the previous night. She told her the details of her encounter with this guy. Then Grace hears this woman say that the guy is a lawyer and he will hopefully be promoted partner, and then she gives the last name, which happens to be Tony's last name. And the last name isn't one of those common last names. It's pretty significant last name. So Grace immediately starts to freak out, and she goes home to the place that both her and Tony live at, and starts tearing up the place, just trying to look for a phone number or something that belongs to this woman that she had heard the story from. So she does this just to prove, like basically just to prove herself at first that maybe it wasn't him and he really didn't cheat on her. But then he comes home and she straight asks him, and he admits it. He doesn't bother to deny it. So she's immediately heartbroken, and she leaves with the clothes on her back and walks in the pouring rain to her friend Oliver's place. But Oliver doesn't live there anymore. Carter does. So he pulls her in because it's been raining outside and everything, and she tells him what had happened, and he tells her she can stay with him. And you know, Oliver is a protective friend of Grace's, and they've known each other since they were babies. Carter goes to Grace's old place and starts to grab like anything that she would need for quite a while. He grabs her emergency medication in case that she has an episode. Grace is epileptic, so she has had seizures. She's had them for like a long time in her life. She is on a strict regimen to make sure she doesn't have one. So she cuts out all things like alcohol, tries to get plenty of rest, etc. So just before Carter leaves, he punches Tony twice. You know, once for Grace, and then technically once for himself, and once at his brother Oliver's request. And you know, Carter and Grace get along so well. Like their chemistry is off the charts, and as the reader, you do feel that chemistry coming in, like just popping out through, like in my case, a Kindle. So, you know, and I do have to mention this. Yes, I didn't like Tony, but I also didn't like this other character named Janet. Janet is a character who tries to engage herself with a little more with Carter. Thinks money and popularity can get you far in life. She tries to get under everyone's skin, including Grace's. She does little to nothing at her job, blames other people for not letting her shine when she does nothing to show for it. And, you know, I think we all can agree we have encountered a few Janets in our lifetime. You know, I will say this, I kind of wish the mention of the pregnancy was not in the blurb, because I feel like it kind of spoiled it a little. To me, it was kind of unnecessary, especially since when the pregnancy was finally mentioned in the book. Like, it wasn't mentioned for a while. And yeah, it just kind of made no sense for... It didn't make any sense to me why that was included in the blurb, because yeah, that did spoil it. But yeah. Overall, I really enjoyed this book. I give it 5 stars. This was my first book that I read by Saman, and I want to read more of these books. You know, so bravo on this one. To me, it was really, really good. Yeah, so that's it. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, give it a like and subscribe for more future uploads. Thank you, Grace Promotions and Saman, and for providing an ARC. of Dr. Mistake. I look forward to the next one, and I hope you all have a beautiful, awesome, amazing day. All right, bye.